Let's talk about competitive communications. Now, competitive communications is not crisis communications, where there's a big event, unexpected, there's going to be a comparatively short period of dealing with the crisis. You'll be dropping everything to deal with the crisis. And for a while, there's really nothing but the crisis in any communication sense that you're focused on. And it's not like a political campaign where you're debating over an accepted body of facts. There may be some doubts about the facts, but basically, you know, if the economy is doing well, you know if there's a war or not. The question is, what do the facts mean? What do you plan for the future? Competitive communications is a long, drawn-out struggle, generally with somebody on the other side, generally over an issue, generally over what you're how you're going to be seen in lots of ways if you're a big company. And if you're a big company, you go into a competitive communications battle with very, very little credibility, maybe none. Not with the media, not with the political community. The stakes are high because they often get into your ability to operate in lots of ways way beyond the issue at hand. An example would be anti-global activists going after you over labor practices. It might be environmentalists saying that you're doing something terrible with the environment. The way you deal in competitive communications environments, your first job does not deal with winning this little battle or that little battle. It doesn't deal with, did I come up, am I ahead this week or behind this week? It doesn't deal with spin. The first job in competitive communications is to become the standard of truth. That means that if you're being charged by anti-global activists with bad labor practices, you open up your factories, you open up your facilities. It means if you're being charged with bad environmental practices, media gets to go to the facilities where the charges are and see what you're doing. It means taking the kinds of risks that no one would take if they were not telling the truth. Example, the Iraq War, early stages, when the military put embedded reporters into all of their units. At that point, the media was predisposed at the beginning of the war to report that this was another Vietnam, another quagmire, nothing was going to happen that was good about it. Once the reporters were embedded and the reports started streaming back, at that point the military could talk about what they were thinking, what they were doing, where they were going, because if they were not delivering and if it was not true, it would have been reported right away. The military at that point became the standard of truth. That is the first task of competitive communications. Become the standard of truth.